Well, there could not be a more beautiful day to be putting together this segment as we landscape a lake house here with Linton's Enchanted Gardens. Mark, do you have anything to do with the weather when we come out and do these? I mean, this is just fantastic.
I wish I could take credit for it, but you know, Craig, we've been working here on this project for quite a while, and our guys will tell you it rained almost every single day we were here working.
Yes, I bet it did, but boy, today is a beauty. And what you're gonna see is a beauty. It's a lake house that has been renovated. And with the help of Linton's, I tell you what, this property is a showcase, Mark, isn't it?
It is, and they've got a premium spot here on Birch Lake in Vandalia, Michigan.
This is a beautiful lake. You know, I asked you one time, it was some weeks ago, how many lakes are there, Mark, in this area? I said 6, 7, 8, and you said hundreds. And this is a prime example of one of the nicer ones.
It's a hidden gem, yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of my favorites.
Well, Mark, some challenges here with the homeowner, and you were working hand in hand with Sue and Patrick, and I tell you, they had some input here in terms of even the birch trees that they selected here in this teardrop island, but what were some of the big challenges that you had to overcome to make this look the way it has?
Well, we started out, Craig, here with a driveway design, and parking is always at a premium around pretty much any lake community in that, and we knew we needed to have access to and from the garages as well as to the front door. We also wanted things to flow well and to allow parking, and we didn't want it to look like a parking lot. So to accomplish that, we came up with this free-flowing circular driveway, which makes a nice flow of traffic, and the homeowners can get easily in and out of their garage and not be blocked by vehicles and having to do the car shuffle.
Yeah, one of the things I really appreciate what you do, Mark, is that nothing we see is cookie cutter. And this is a prime example. The landscape here has so many practical reasons for it, and then in the end, it just looks stunning.
Well, thank you. What we've got here is we tried to get by with as least amount of concrete as possible, and grass actually tones down concrete. And so instead of making this island bed here 100% plantings, there's a couple of reasons why we didn't do that. Number one, the grass tones down the concrete. Number two, just in case someone missed the driveway and backed over this planting bed.
Like Aunt Jan, maybe, coming out of the property? Yeah?
Careful what you say, she watches the show. Yes, just like Aunt Jan. The grass is very, very forgiving.
Sure, you can run over it occasionally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trees and shrubs, not as forgiving.
Not as forgiving.
And so basically we've created this buffer zone around here that not only softens the concrete driveway, but gives us an area where some drivers may accidentally drive over it, and the grass forgives them.
The elevation here is very important too, isn't it?
It is. Thanks for noticing, Craig. If you stand out at the street and you look back at the house, we have slightly raised this area, created an earth berm here, and the reason for that is not only beautification, but what we are doing is creating a visual block. And just simply by raising this area, you cannot visually see all of the circular driveway at the same time. And it's a different view as you walk around or drive around the driveway.
We're going to see more here, but what about the raised bed real quick, Mark?
Sue loves to garden, and she likes to grow vegetables in that as well as herbs. And so we picked out a premium sunny spot that we knew that her garden would do well, and we created a raised garden. So we've got everything in place for next season. She can go at it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, finish off the front here, can you?
Okay, follow me.
All right. Well, Mark, if you're landscaping a lake house, you kind of want a casual feel, don't you?
Yeah, you do, and so did Patrick and Sue, the homeowners here. So not your typical residential type of landscaping. It's very casual, it's very relaxed, as well as low maintenance. We are featuring a lot of flowering perennials, things that bloom in the spring, summer, fall, and then we also have some touch of some unique evergreens, which provide kind of the bones of the landscape and provide interest during the wintertime.
Your choice of ground cover here, talk about that for a moment.
This is one of my personal favorites here. This is called stone bark ground cover, and it's actually a man-made product to resemble bark nuggets, and it has the same benefits as a stone ground cover, that it will not rot or decay, but gives you that natural woodsy type of look and feel, as bark does. Now, Patrick's got some allergies and he's really sensitive to mold in that. And when you're irrigating every day with bark ground cover, you have some potentials to create some moldy type of situations of that.
Sure.
With this, that guarantees that he will not have any problem.
Serious? Wow.
As well as it looks like fresh new bark 12 months out of the year, and they should get about 20 years worth of use out of it.
Absolutely. Well, it's a relaxed feel, and to top things off, choice there of yours, or was that maybe Sue's choice?
You know, this is one of my suggestions. This is a nice focal point here rather. This is a slender Hinoki cypress and very columnar in nature. Again, a very relaxed type of feel. We're not pruning this into a cone or pyramidal shape. And then we also are accenting the other corner of the house with a columnar Norway spruce. We've got a really tight, narrow area there. We wanted something that's going to stay within that area, but it gives us some height at the same time.
All right. Well, let's go take a peek out and back. What do you say?
Okay, let's go.
All right. Well, we're here in the back with a great look at Birch Lake in beautiful Vandalia, and you just couldn't ask for a better view, Mark. This is outstanding, and you've done a good job to compliment it.
Well, thank you. And that was something that working with both Patrick and Sue that was really, really important to them, was to maintain this incredible view here. And so as we walk around the foundation plantings, you're going to notice something, that everything is quite low. We've worked with a lot of dwarf types of plants and shrubs, as well as perennials that just aren't going to get all that large, so that we really are respecting this beautiful view to Birch Lake.
You had nothing to do with the turtle ramps here, did you?
You know what? Those are one of my favorites. I love to come out here and see the turtles that are on all their little floating ramps.
I don't think we have any participants here today, but they come out in droves, don't they? What's up here?
This is one of our beautiful hydrangeas, and actually starting to get a little change in color on some of these flower heads here. Craig, when they open up, they start out this pure ivory white, and then as they start to mature, they change to these pink tones, and then eventually more of a deeper burgundy color. And we've got this strategically planted here just to give us a little bit of height to soften the corner of the deck steps there.
Black-eyed Susan.
Very good. Yes. You know, these are really good performers. They start blooming in the spring, and they continue to bloom all the way up until frost in the fall.
And as we cross here into the larger area adjacent to the porch and patio, they've done a nice job here too.
We've got a little bit of balance and symmetry going on here with another hydrangea for some spring color. We've got some flowering azaleas here, and then a beautiful focal point here with this spectacular red Japanese lace leaf maple. And again, Craig, everything is about the view, and so this, even if you would never ever prune it, won't get any taller than 6 feet in height.
Really? Well, there certainly is a view when you look at the lake, Mark, but when you turn around and look to the back of the house, there's balance and symmetry here too, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Thank you for noticing. We repurposed some boxwoods over there as the hedge.
Nice.
But before we got involved here, there wasn't this layered look. And so what we did, Craig, was expand that bed out 4 or 5 feet. And that allowed us to do some lower plantings in front of those boxwoods.
Well, suffice it to say, Sue and her husband Patrick fairly pleased, right?
I would like to bring him out here and see what she has to say.
Well, Sue Williams joins us now. Sue is the beautiful, wonderful homeowner here. She and her husband Patrick have put so much time and effort into this project, Sue, and I tell you what, it turned out great, didn't it?
It did. We are very, very happy and very excited to have it all done.
Now, what's happened here, it goes way beyond just landscaping. In fact, if you look back over a year ago, you began to renovate your home, didn't you?
We did. We put the addition on the side of it. It was a garage and a second-story level, and that was last summer that we started that.
And Mark says you gained a little property here too, and in doing so, he mentioned that you're really into the plant garden there, and there's a raised bed over there that we talked a little bit about. You like that too?
Right. I love that, and I'm very excited for next summer to be able to plant a vegetable garden there, so I'm really happy with the way that turned out.
What else do you like about what went on here with Linton's?
Yeah, it's hard to pick one thing, we are happy with the whole project. I especially like the mound in the driveway, the center there with the birch trees. This is Birch Lake. We wanted a couple of birch trees. And then I also wanted a plant garden that I could plant bulbs and let the hostas grow. So we're happy with that. And I love the view out of my kitchen window. I see the hydrangea and the black-eyed Susans, and we're just happy with the whole thing.
You ever see any turtles back here?
We did. In fact, the day after the grass went in, we found a huge, it was about that, probably a 12 to 14-inch turtle that came all the way up to the garage. And then now that the grass is back, the ducks have come back. And so I think all the wildlife likes our yard as well.
Well, I'm going to ask Mark to rejoin us here, and he just wants to say hello one final time to you.
Oh my gosh!
Sue, I want to thank you and Patrick for allowing us to feature your homeowner show, along with all the viewers here, and also the opportunity to serve both of you.
Oh, well, thank you. It's been a pleasure, and this is beautiful, so thank you very much.
It won't block your view, will it?
I know. It'll just add to it.
Well, fantastic. Again, if you'd like some ideas about getting some landscaping done at your lakefront home, or maybe even want to create a dream, Mark Linton is the person to contact. And I think, again, it goes without saying, Sue, you would endorse Mark on a project such as this, right?
I would, 100%. We were very, very pleased with the whole thing. From the design to the follow through, and everything was done very professionally, and we're very happy.
All right, Sue, best to you. Enjoy the rest of the day out here.
Thank you.
We'll be back with much more coming up on the program when we return, so stay with us.